Hey everybody, it's Bob again, and I'm just going to be doing a quick look through of the Dark Crystal Archive Edition. Okay, so it was the official comics adaptation of the Dark Crystal that came out in 1982. This is like the reprint facsimile edition of that. This is the first of two. I only have the first one at the moment. I will be getting the second one, as I said in another video I did for Labyrinth. I have to say this is pretty cool, but there's something lost in the adaptation and that you don't get from the movies. Mainly some of the story, and I'm going to go through that, as we take a look at it. But mostly it's just for like the artwork. I think the artwork in this is pretty good, although I think the problem with the comic was the coloring. Okay, there's a lot of just green and yellow. I don't know what the person was, the colorist, I think they were like overwhelmed. I'm not much of a colorist myself, and this is how I probably would have ended up coloring the comic. So that's why, when I see it, I see a lot of myself in it, but, I just don't feel like they did this correctly. And you're going to see why in a second, because we have Jen, the Gelfling, talking to the Ancient Ones, right? And all of that kind of looks the way it should, color-wise. Like, I think they should have been more like the color of his shirt, whereas his shirt should have probably been more the color of that, or maybe the yellow, and that would have worked out a little better, right? Again, the comic, the artwork looks pretty damn good. I like it. This stays pretty true to the movie. We're getting all the same information that we did from the movie at the time. And then we're going to cut over to the Skeksis, right? And then here's where my problem comes in, because the Skeksis here are colored in orange and yellow, and they really should have been more of the like purple and blue here. So in some cases, it looks like, that's what they did. And then in other cases, we're getting this where they're just so much brighter than they should be. But again, artwork is pretty awesome on this. Pretty dead on. I'm pretty sure they were using movie stills again in order to replicate the images, because all of it looks, pretty dead on with the characters and such. So we have the old ruler die, okay? And then we have the contenders for the crown, as it were, or the scepter, is what they're fighting for. So you have the Chamberlain and the Ritual Master, who are going to fight each other. Now, this is one of the things that kind of stands out at me when I took a look at this book, and it's, we all remember. I'm sure again everybody's seen this movie. I'm not providing any new information here, but this battle here where they take these swords and they hit a stone, right? You can see that the stone had many marks on it from these swords throughout the years. Who knows how many years? Whenever they fight, that's how they do it. So I was under the impression that it's whoever took the biggest chunk out of this rock. Okay. Every time they took a swing in the movie, you would see like them looking around for approval, like, yeah, look at what I did here. I just knocked this nice chunk out of this rock. But according to this book, it is to shatter the rock. And after each hit, they're disappointed that the rock didn't shatter at all. Okay. So that seemed weird to me. That just seemed like that's not how I felt it was portrayed in the movie, not how I had understood it to be. So that just seemed weird. I'm most likely the person that was wrong. Maybe I was misinterpreting it the entire time. And again, this person probably had the movie script or something to work with, where it literally told him what it was. So I was under the wrong impression. Okay. But that's one of the things that stood out with me. And then over here, where we have Jen looking for Algra, right? Algra pops out here with the eye. Jen is already being held up by these vines, and there's nothing to indicate that took place, right? He's not, you know, there's no narration that states, you know, what happened here, that he's caught or whatever. There could have been one extra panel that showed that with him saying, "Oh my God, I got caught here," or whatever. And then Algra coming out. But Algra, you know, same as in a movie, takes him. This is a great representation of Algra's dome, with the machine in there showing, you know, the rotation of the planets and such. So I thought that was pretty awesome. That's, you know, that's a lot to draw. I don't know if I could ever accomplish something like that with my artwork. I feel like it would take forever. And I feel like other people, other comic artists go in and they spend an hour or two and they have this, and I would spend weeks and weeks and never achieve that. So, you know, it's what it is. So, but Algra gives, or, you know, tells Jen, hey, play your flute, and the crystal will become apparent as to which crystal you want to take, which he does, takes the crystal, right? As we can see here, okay, and then leaves. We've got the Chamberlain following him. We have him meeting the other Kira, the other Gelfling, since he thought he was the last, right? And Fizzgig, the furball with hundreds of teeth, which I loved, right? Again, and here we go with this. Their hands touch, and they do the dream fasting, where they can see, you know, each other's memories and everything, and get to know each other, which is pretty awesome. I need to go back and rewatch the Netflix Dark Crystal, was it Age of Reckoning or something like that? That show was amazing. I really wish there was a second and third season that went to that, because it was just awesome. Everything about it. I heard it was too expensive to continue on, though. We have those, what do they call, crystal bats? Yeah. Which I always thought were pretty awesome. We have the podlings, right? The podlings are always so great. I love the one from the Netflix series, right? This guy is jumping around everywhere. I don't know. I just love that whole idea. I thought the stuff was great, right? Again, artwork portrays, you know, these things pretty well. He's a different color now than what he was in the beginning of the book, which is good, because it kind of represents what he, you know, actually looks like. So that was good, right? We have these Landstrider things that just, God, they freaked me out as a kid. Those, again, were pure nightmare fuel, just like the Skeksis, right? Also, these giant insect things here that gather up the podlings, right? And then we have the ancient ones begin their journey. They were the slowest moving creatures in movie history. It's like one of those things you see where, like, you see the trails of the rocks in the desert, where it was actually like the rocks were sliding, but they're sliding so slow you would never know it. And the only way to know it is that the trail is there behind the rocks. That's what I think of when I see these people. This always freaked me out too, when they would drain the life essence from one of these podlings, and you're left with this like emaciated podling or whatever, and he's like, this cute little creature ends up being, again, this like pure nightmare fuel, right? That's what you would get from an 80s movie and comic at the time, right? This was awesome. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get part 2 of this, and of course we just went and I did Labyrinth here. So because I did Labyrinth, I felt I needed to do the Dark Crystal, and I'll probably do another video on that. I know this one wasn't too long. I just wanted to kind of show off the art. Again, there's no reason for me to go through the story, because I'm pretty sure that everybody who would be watching this video has seen this movie, again, at least half as much as me, which is hundreds of times. So guys, if you like the video, please hit like. It helps my channel grow. If you want to see more things like this, hit subscribe. I'm going to be making videos on the regular. Thanks for watching.